Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is March the 1st. We are now 1/6 into the 2021 year, and this is your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. This is episode number 125, and we're going to talk today about names. Names. Small business owner, you're probably saying, Fred, why are we talking about names? We should be talking about things that improve our business. Well, you are going to interact with clients and customers probably more than anybody else on your staff, especially if you do any part of the sales organization. And one of the key elements of sales is getting people's names right. There's nothing more irritating than being on a call or being in front of a person and not saying their name properly. Or if you are the person on the receiving end, you are dealing with somebody who doesn't get your name right. So we're going to talk about 3 tips to improve and get the name right. And these come from different books I've read as well as different seminars I've attended. Tip number 1, we're going to talk about meet and repeat. Number 2, we're going to talk about adding to your phone. And number 3, we're going to talk about associating and connecting. So let's go back to business tip number 1. When you meet somebody for the very first time, you want to meet and repeat. When you first get introduced to a person, if you're meeting them for the first time or somebody else introduces you, you should immediately repeat back and use their name. Oh, nice to meet you, George. My name is Fred. So, George, how do we know you? Or so, George, blah, blah, blah. The other thing about that is you should immediately start using that person's name right off the bat. So that's what I call the meet and repeat. I personally, and for those of you that know me, you can watch this, I will try to use that person's name about 5 times within the first 3 minutes. So that way I can kind of get used to saying their name. And if I get it wrong, they're going to correct me almost instantaneously in one of those encounters. So that is my meet and repeat technique. Number 2, especially you as a business owner, we all have smartphones now. And now these have an endless supply of adding to contacts. Within a minute or two, I'm always not necessarily, thanks to COVID, in front of somebody face to face. So I will immediately put their contact information and name into my phone. I'll put the name of their business and any other characteristics that will help me remember who they are. So I almost always have my phone, and if I put them in my phone and they call me, then I have access I have helping tips immediately through the caller ID. It won't just say a phone number. It'll say, Alex from accounting calling, right? And then I know. And by the way, just because you put in their business that they work for doesn't mean you can't add other things into that contact that makes sense only to you. Which brings me straight into business tip number 3, and that is to associate and connect. Write down in your phone or anything that you can do privately that would associate that. I use alliteration. Alex from accounting, Patty the pet sitter, right? Goofy George or something rather. Again, anything that will jog your memory in an effort to help you remember a person's name. These are just good business tips in general, but they're excellent tips for business. I want you to remember my name, Fred Campos, and be practicing remembering your clients' names. As always, I want you to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.